Young people in my class are teaching us about Pride Month. So we've got a lot of art up here dedicated to Pride Month starting here in June. And we have a calendar telling us about everything that's happening each day. Exciting. It's Vroom Vroom Art. It's been that for a while. Vroom Vroom Art. Orchid's paw with a zero.
Believe that there is white privilege, please don't teach. If you don't believe that Black Lives Matter, please don't teach. If you don't believe in systemic racism and how it negatively impacts our students of color and don't want to help dismantle those systems, please don't teach.
Can you tell me about what you drew today?
It's sad, ugly me.
Oh no, you look so cute today though.
You're a cat boy today. I'm a cat boy today.
A cat boy?
Mason. Cat boy Mason.
Cat boy Mason, I like it. Odin, what's that? Who man? Tank man.
This is an easy one. We say that there are more than two genders because there are more than two genders. Like a lot more. Remember, gender is a social construct. It's a set of behaviors that we consider appropriate culturally for different sexes. It's something that changes from generation to generation, if not from person to person. But even if you want to just pin that down on biological sex, that's not a binary either. You can't just say you're either XX or XY. There's a lot of variation there. There's XXY, there's X nothing, there's Y nothing. But even if you want to write that off and say those people are just statistical outliers, even if I grant you that, they're still people. So who are you to tell them what they are? Plus, remember, chromosomes are made of genes, like the genes that give you the hormones, that give you the body that you have. But those hormones don't do anything unless they have the right cell receptors to bind to, which are controlled by a totally different set of genes. So you have two long gene pathways, both of which are subject to variation. The point is, it's just easier to admit that gender is a spectrum, rather than trying to cram 8 billion people down into 2 boxes.
In the words of Martin Luther King Jr., I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. Now I have a dream that we will implement love, not hate, or supporting another Jim Crow's agenda. CRT is not an honest dialogue. It is a tactic that was used by Hitler and the Ku Klux Klan on slavery very many years ago to dumb down my ancestors, so we could not think for ourselves. CRT is racist. It is abusive. It discriminates against one's color. Let me educate you. An honest dialogue does not oppress. An honest dialogue does not implement hatred or injustice. It's to communicate without deceiving people. Today, we don't need your agreement. We want action and a backbone for what we asked for today, to ban CRT. We don't want your political advertisement to divide our children or belittle them. Think twice before you indoctrinate such racist theories. You cannot tell me what is or is not racist. Look at me. I had to come down here today to tell you to your face that we are coming together and we are strong. This will not be the last. Greet and meet respectfully.
I'm the community member that they say that they engaged. I'm the parents that they told I knew what was going on in the schools. I was looking back through my correspondence and I found in October of 2019 a letter, a superintendent's report that introduced courageous conversations. And now I ask myself, how did I miss that? I'm an engaged parent. I look at my son's stuff. He was in 2nd grade. I was substituting in the school district. And when I pause and think about it, it's because I had so much trust that the public school system would not try to introduce an ideology into what my son was learning, that they would not try to undermine the beliefs and morals that we had at our own family. Courageous Conversations is premised upon the idea that the United States is systemically racist. As was confirmed by our Equity and Inclusion Director on the May 4th school board meeting, Courageous Conversations is critical race theory. This was said twice.
Dear disgraced board members, You think you're woke? Well, let me wake you a little bit more. I'm a Chaldean married to an Armenian. We are minorities of the minorities in this country. Our ancestors and people survived massacres of the Turks and the ISIS. I grew up in Iran as a Christian. And when we went to school, as much as the government wanted to indoctrinate us, the teachers didn't allow it. The teachers did their job, teach us the curriculum, science, math, biology, etc. They didn't try to shove propaganda down our throats like the Ayatollahs did. Now in the 21st century, we have social justice warrior so-called teachers are trying to shove their garbage ideology down our kids' throat. These are our children, not yours. Their job is not to raise my child or my neighbor's child. Their job is to teach our kids math, science, biology, literature, and that's it, not ideology. Now you want to push garbage crap like pronouns? How the hell does that keep a kid from succeeding? How does that help them? Does that teach them how to add? You want to push that garbage down my kid's throat? I will make you call my kids king and queen. That's how I will address my sons and my daughter. And you look at me, you call me master. You want that pronoun to be in your mouth when you look at me?
And she came to your school when she procures bids for ISU with construction and came to your school and spoke to your staff for 2 straight days. Why did she do that? This is why she did that. This is why she did that. To make sure that when our students want to know whether or not they have a vagina or a penis, they have pictures from your staff to be able to help them. They don't have enough sex. They don't have enough anal sex. They need adults to tell them how to masturbate. And what I call that is... So here's what I'm asking you. You have a hard time hearing this from me, but this is for 10 years old and up, and this bill was passed for 5-year-olds. And you have a hard time me sitting here telling you the words anal sex, masturbation. That's hard for you, or the time's up? Because the time's not really up. I don't believe you, Mr. Wiley, that my time is up. But I'm going to end with this. I'll close with this because this was too much for you. I can tell right now. And that's why you're cutting me off. But last time I said, you know what? Critical race theory. Little girl in the back was laughing every single time Megan said something because white people oppress black people, right? Isn't your principal black? Isn't your mayor black? Now, I would like to introduce to you Ty Smith.
The media really wish that the whole debate over critical race theory would just go away.
State after state, Fox News and Republicans, conservatives have whipped up a moral panic about so-called critical race theory.
This is just the latest outrage device over at Fox, is it not?
A bad faith effort by Republicans to make critical race theory a wedge issue.
By the way, critical race theory is enormously useful. It's a graduate level construct. It's not taught in K through 12.
And again, it is not being taught in grade schools.
No one is teaching critical race theory K through 12.
Just to be clear, can you just repeat? It is a law school what is critical race theory?
What is critical race theory? I suspect it's not as major an issue as we've made it out to be in the media.
What even is critical race theory? Nobody knows. It's too high level. What is anything? Seriously, it's like they're scared to admit it even exists. And did I hear Chris Hayes say so-called critical race theory? Chris, the right didn't come up with that name. The academics you're defending did. You see what they're doing here, right? They're basically defining critical race theory as this extremely niche, high-level academic theory so they can claim that kids aren't learning it in school. But they can define it however they want, but to the average person, critical race theory is a catch-all term for all the familiar 1619 Project type ideas. White privilege, institutional and structural racism, the idea that America is inherently racist, you get the idea. Are kids being taught that in school? Absolutely, unequivocally, yes. Joy Reid may not think so, but the teachers sure do.
Racism is systematic, so it's impossible to be systematically racist to white people in an American society.
Teaching that systemic racism exists isn't in itself a racist practice. That is the first step toward healing, which this country desperately needs.
I am part of the equity and racial justice team at my school district and have been mentoring students of color who have been leading these changes in our district. They have implemented new curriculum that is unwhitewashed.
These children's quote-unquote history books are so problematic. When kids learned about the American Revolution, we learned about one black man on the front of the book and everybody else in here is white. Even though I'm a kindergarten teacher, I am very active in education reform.
In honor of the anniversary of George Floyd's death, let's have a hot take on education. Let's talk about how schools marginalize African American students.
There is going to be a right side of history and a wrong side of history. When you stay out of it, you're on the wrong side.
Huh. Sure sounds like they're talking about critical race theory. Maybe Chris can have one of them on his show to explain to them how that's not actually what they're doing. Until that happens, though, consider doing your own research into what a bunch of suits on TV try to tell you about the world. And, hey, maybe consider skimming through your kids' textbooks when they get home from school. Also, we don't usually do this, but big shout out to the Twitter page Libs of TikTok. They're the ones who found all those horrifying clips of teachers.